Lucky Boys Podcast.
Here's what I find striking. I never heard of anything like this, but this is where it all got turned 180 for me, right? Is when the news pop up that they're shutting this down in every major outlet.
Oh yeah. I couldn't find it on YouTube. I couldn't find it on Facebook.
Holy shit!
I mean, I didn't see anything on. I didn't search like Google. I didn't like Google search it, but I'm pretty sure that it's been wiped from there too. So.
Well, YouTube is a part of Google.
Yeah.
Or Google owns YouTube.
Yeah.
So, that just kind of adds that extra level for me where at first I was just like, all right, I fell asleep to it. All right, that was interesting, but nah,
Yep.
I didn't care to go back to it. I all I thought was, wow, this could be potentially harmful.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it was like, I'm getting these messages and it's going all over my feed. And now it's like, I'm going, oh shoot, was that the same thing I saw a few days ago? And then I hear, oh, well, you can't find it right now. Then it made me want to go back because they took it away. Then I wanted to go back and watch the whole thing. Now, like, wait, what the fuck did I miss? Like, now I want to see the whole thing. Number one, because curiosity. You can't tell me I can't do something. That too, like, I'm just have that rebel personality. Like,
yeah. They're censoring information.
That's the thing. Like, I'm going, why are you censoring this? So, and I'm not the only one. I'm sure so many people now are like curious about this and going, wait, what is this? And even there's articles about it from BuzzFeed, Forbes, all over the place, New York Post, talking about this article, and they're all like shitting on it, right? And that kind of made me go, whoa, it looked like a team effort. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Just on the other side, now it's making me go, whoa. For other people that may not have seen it or have formed their own opinion about it yet, they may be going, wait, time out. Like, okay, even for the skeptics, they may be looking at it like, why are you hiding this? What do you have to hide?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
From what I've read, the reasoning behind the censor, them taking it down, is similar to the 5G conspiracy, where people who really, really believe in this, they're causing damage to property, hurting people. Like, for example, the 5G conspiracy, it said that people were tearing down 5G towers.
They're tearing down 4G towers too, man. Yeah. They don't know the difference.
Yeah, and I think in this video with Judy Mikovich, she was saying that because if you're wearing the face mask, that you're basically causing yourself more harm. If you had the virus, it's some sort of, you're reintroducing the virus into you. But I mean, I think because of that the fact that you're telling people not to wear the mask, and that's going to cause like a harm to people, to yourself and to other people around you. I think that's the reason why.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's to take it away.
Yeah, I don't believe in that either. I don't believe in censorship because
that's my problem.
It does cause people to second guess, to think like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why are you doing this? If it's bullshit, why are you just censoring it? People should know, and they should make a judgment on their own, right? So,
like, they've never censored UFO videos. I mean, you could just, the list goes on, pyramid stuff or any other conspiracy theorists, whatever, they claim that the government's hiding or these mysterious societies and all this stuff. And now they're going to, collective effort. And that's another thing. Like, how did they get so fast this collective effort from these major corporations to shut it down so quickly? It was like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just one. It's not like just Facebook said, okay, we're shutting it down. It's like there's a boss that gave the order.
Well, I mean,
and then they said, okay, all of you guys here, YouTube, Google, Facebook, all of you guys. It's like, because it was at the same time.
Oh, was it? Or it's just a gradual
they're censoring pretty much at like very close timeline. So it's just like, it's like the first layer, of defense, it's like, boom, the order came down. Everybody, I don't know if the order came down, but I'm just saying it seems that way to me. I mean, like even with like racism stuff, right? if someone says something racist and they start pulling ads from or they did something bad, whatever, right? That the companies don't stand by, they don't lose all of their advertising dollars all at the same time.
Yep.
All these different companies that paid for it, it's like in a staggered approach.
Yeah.
They lose their sponsorship here and there, but this was like boom, collectively they're just shutting it down on every fucking platform.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like
that's what I'm just saying.
People
Like
didn't
you
pull
can't,
it, and then they like people who just like they saw it and then they downloaded it and then
I'm saying, how
it.
does that work then? Does everyone get the memo? Does YouTube call up Facebook and Facebook call up Google? Like, hey, this is super dangerous. Let's take it down. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's do the right thing.
If China has the technology to suppress information, I'm sure the U.S. does too. And in some way, they probably have an algorithm that kind of churns and says like.
But a collective algorithm?
I'm
I'm sure Google has their own data and Facebook as well. I mean, those two are the biggest data monsters, but how did they do it at the same time? Like all these other entities. That's what's trippy.
I don't think it's the same time. I think they did talk. They spoke like their teams spoke to each other behind the scenes, and they kind of collectively said like this is like false information, misinformation. Let's pull it down, because it's across the board. You said so. It's across the board. Major news networks.
But then at the same time, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just talking about Google and Facebook. I mean, they're just the household names that everyone knows. That's why I'm talking about them. But it's everyone. And then the articles, like it kind of just, to me, it felt like the hammer came down all at the same time. It wasn't staggered. Mm. That's what's made me go, whoa, hold on. Like it not to go, yo, the Plandemic is real. I definitely don't agree with what was in that documentary, whatever it was. But it just made me go, hold on, is there like a higher power just telling people, hey, like phase 1, all you top media outlets, hell nah, shut it down. I don't want anybody else watching this. Step 2, all the media outlets, I need you guys to write fucking articles saying this is complete horseshit, completely like debunking it. That's like, if I remember when I was a little kid, people would, if they didn't like somebody, they'll get the whole class against that person. They'll go, hey, don't be this person's friend. Don't be Johnny's friend. Mm-hmm. Okay. He said you're a bitch. Everybody will collectively agree with the most popular kid. So everybody ganging up on Johnny now. And then now they're talking shit. First they isolate, and then they start taking away your credibility.
Right. Are you saying like it's one entity and kind of like
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying that's what it seems like. If I was to like really dumb it down, that's what it seems like. It's like I'm at the schoolyard and like the popular kid in the class, the prom king or prom queen, everyone's going, hey, don't play with Johnny or Becky. Leave them alone in the corner. Johnny likes to pick his nose and eat it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, ew. So everyone's kind of stays away. So put this in an adult form. We're gonna, first off, we're gonna, say, hey, nobody can watch this because it's not good for you. They pick their boogers, and then we're gonna write articles about it, shaming it. For whatever reason, and it totally legit. Like if it's, I get it. I get the part where you go, this is not good for you. This could potentially harm us, and we're gonna have to deal with this other shit when we're trying to fight the real enemy, and now this other person's trying to sell a book. Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. I get that. I really do. But where do we draw the line then? Because if we could do something like that, if we could really control all these major media outlets to say, look, we don't want you feeding this information, but we want you to feed this information.
That's been happening since the beginning of, media. Fox News pushes a certain agenda. Other news outlets push a certain agenda. I think.
Yeah, but we're not talking we're not talking CNN, Fox News, or we're not talking that. We're talking about Facebook, Google, where the people share the information. The people write the articles. The people make the videos, and then they share it. This wasn't backed by any major corporation. Mm-hmm. This is just the people here, and then you should have the freedom. My argument is, you should have the freedom to believe in what you want to believe and look at what you want to look. It shouldn't, and like, where do we draw that line then?
I think it's a fine line. I don't think there is an easy answer to that because, if you think about it, like, okay, yeah, everyone should be able to say whatever they need to say, but what happens if it's going to cause harm to somebody and incites certain things, right? So, I mean, that crosses another line, right? So it crosses a line.
Absolutely.
Now you're affecting me because if you say something, for example, like I don't want to, sometimes I don't want to bring up very political things, but if you're talking about this, then let's think about like Trump, saying something like, calling the COVID-19 the Asian virus, maybe
Chinese,
the Chinese virus. Sorry.
Or China virus.
Yeah, China virus.
Say China, yeah.
China virus. And if that's the case, then and you think that hasn't caused harm to what's been happening, the high crimes against Asians.
But that wasn't censored. It wasn't pulled on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it was being circulated and played more.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking. Is like, where do we draw the line? How do we define this?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
Where's that meter where it's like, oh, this is red line.
Yeah.
We got to shut this down.
Yeah.
Or is it like on a case by case basis and the top dogs is the one, like, I want to know who decides this too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we're never going to find those answers, right? But it's just, look, there's no doubt. For the record, I do not believe what, the portion that I saw is the truth. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, there was, some wild inconsistencies for me. Mm-hmm. However, like I said, the production, it's convincing.
I wish I got to see the video
because it's on
too.
a 60-minute level production. It wasn't like, you and me sitting like this right now on a podcast talking shit.
Yep.
Right.
There was makeup involved. There was
everything. There was light. There was light kits.
Yep.
Professional editor. At least it looked like it. So it was legit.
Mm-hmm.
But just the pulling of it, man. That's what irked me a little. Just the time, how everyone was able to do it at the same time. Everyone was able to pull the plug. Like, you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't search for it, but you said, I just searched for it back on the site that I just looked at my history and pulled it up, and I was like, oh, it's not there.
Yeah. And I thought something like this would be huge on YouTube. And that's the first place I went.
Right.
And it wasn't there.
Well, I think this blew up.
Videos.
I think this blew up like in every Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Google, YouTube. I think it blew up before it got shut down.